And howdy, howdy. Oh, dang it. See what happens when I'm on my own? I forgot to hit the intro. All right, well, too late. I have to go watch an intro on one of the other videos. Anyhow, let's see. Good Sunday, everybody. Lindy is not here today because she's taking her husband. He pulled the muscle from coughing a bunch. He's got a cold, and so he's got to go to the doctor. So she's helping him get checked out right now. And Michael's still taking a break. So I'm all you got tonight. But just checking in with you guys on Sunday, see how everybody's doing today, and how your Sunday's going. So put in the chat there if you guys have anything you want to chat about or questions. And let's see here. I got to pull that up. Sorry. My computer's giving me a little bit of a fit. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to shout out because we're getting close to 4th of July. So I'm going to let everybody know about the Montana meetup we got going on. If you guys are in the area, or if you guys want to check it out, go to sbg.events, which is pretty awesome. It's going to be the first annual SBG meetup. It's going to be pretty fun. Let's see here. I should have this ready. Let me share my screen. There we go. My computer's being dumb today. There we go. Good to see everybody. Howdy, howdy. Sorry, I'm pulling up some stuff online here, and my computer's being dumb. Good to see everybody. There we go. Share screen. There we go. Share. And there we go. Yeah, but come check it out. Let's see. I think I can do that. Come check out SBG.events. We'll be having a Montana meetup. We got Bella and Dr. Kiltz and Sean Baker and Anthony Chafee and Mrs. Chafee L and Carrie Mann and myself and Lisa Wiederman are all coming. So if you guys want to go over there, if you're curious about the times or the different events, feel free to visit SBG, and that'll be this 4th of July and 5th of July. We're still here in Bozeman, Montana, so that's going to be super fun. But yeah, put your, let's see, post your questions in the comments, and we will get to them, or I will get to them. I'm solo tonight. Greetings from stormy Kansas. You guys are having tornadoes or stuff right now, right over there? I saw a bunch of tornado warnings like over the midweek. Are you guys in tornado season? Let's see. Hey, John. Yeah, no, it's it was from getting too close to the grill. It definitely got hot, for sure. I was starting one of those chimneys with too much lighter fluid. Let's see. Exactly, Anna. Me and my hat will get to the questions. I know I got to stop saying that. I'm used to having a team. Hey, Carnivore Hercules, good to see you. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I know I'm pretty excited about it. So we're finally to the point where we're about to lock up the venue because we just don't know. We don't know how many people are going to show up, and so it's such a moving scale, and it keeps growing. So we're just trying to make sure that the venue is big enough. So, but yeah, it's going to be a really good time. I'm so looking forward to hanging out with all you guys. Every time I see how many people are signing up, it's getting exciting. It's going to be a big event. It's going to be awesome. Hey, Dee, good to see you. Gretchen says, yes, it's tornado season. Well, stay safe, man. That's going to be scary being in Tornado Alley. Oh, man. Yeah. But put in the chat if you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about. But yeah, I was thinking today, it kind of came up in SBG, and I was thinking of talking about it with you guys on what do you guys find most sustainable about carnivore, and what do you guys find, what keeps you on carnivore, and what keeps you motivated? Because we were talking the other day about basically what expectations you should have on carnivore for healing or for management. And I think it was kind of an interesting point because, and I think I just see it a little bit different, but I think it was kind of an interesting point because I think that, and this kind of comes from my faith standpoint, but I think that we don't really all know what can be healed. And I mean, for certain, I think faith-wise, I think anything can be healed. Do I know that it will be healed? No, but I think it can be. But even from a management point on, carnivore, I've been surprised because my doctor said that congestive heart failure wouldn't heal, and it did. And they said that my reactive airway disease wasn't going to heal, and it did. And then when I talked to my lymphatic doctor, they said that I wasn't going to get rid of all this impacted tissue on my legs, and it's almost gone. Like it's 90% there, and I'm still fighting it, but it's going away. And so I don't know. I just don't know anymore that I don't know where you draw the line for what's, healable and what's not. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of interesting. So I'd like to see in the chat from you guys, what is your expectation of carnivore? Because one of the purposes of that talk was that you don't give up. You understand that this is going to be a lifestyle change. And so I don't know. It's been on my mind, and I've been thinking about it because I think that it's obviously a lifestyle change, but I just think that that we can be, we can be free from addictions and we can be free from disease, but we need to, stay diligent and not eating the way that got us sick in the first place still. So that's kind of an interesting little topic we were having, and I'd like to see what you guys think. Hey, Miniwa, good to see you. The fact that my body is healing itself so quickly. Absolutely. Let's see. Pain sensation is my motivation. Absolutely. The hope of healing past 3-month point. Absolutely. Hey, Jiffy. Good to see you. John says A1C down to 5.8 from 15% back in January. Today also LDL 98, HDL 36, triglycerides 99, back down to 267 pounds. John, that is fantastic. Congratulations, man. That is awesome. All right. Carnivore Hercules. What keeps me on carnivore is it's so simple and amazingly healthy. Also, no need for portion control. 100% carnivore. Carnivore Hercules. It's. I think it's the most sustainable thing that I've, a way of eating for sure that I've ever seen. And that's what's so interesting to me when people say that it's, not a sustainable diet. And I'm like, it's the most sustainable I've ever been on. Does anybody have any experience with toothaches, what to do? That, I'm trying to think if I've had a toothache on here. I have not since I've been carnivore. I haven't had a toothache. You're going to have to, the chat's going to have to help us out on that one. I went on Carnivore to lose weight. I've lost 15 pounds and I've been on a stall for 8 months. Sandra, I know a few Sandras from in here, but are you in the SPG gang, the steak and butter gang, or because there could be a lot of reasons for that, and I'd love to know what you're doing. However, I'm not giving up. That's awesome, Sandra. Well, we'd love to help you. I don't know if you've ever joined the SPG gang, but I think that could really help you out. When I stalled out, that's what I did, and I still there, haven't left. So trust me, you can. Let's see. Trust me, you can reverse congestive heart failure. Maybe not too perfect, but you can stabilize it. I did with keto and then carnivore. Yeah, mine's completely gone. I don't have any congestive heart failure anymore at all. My my what do you call it? Refraction rate or whatever. Infraction rate is normal now. So, good evening. Good to see you, Gretchen. It's easier to just cook meat without cooking all the sides, less dishes. Should I reuse the pan and cook the meat in without washing it? Yeah, for sure. My why is for mental health. Well, this is the best diet for that. How's Michael doing? I think Michael's doing good. I've talked to him a few times on text, but he said that he's working on a few projects and that he's just taking a break. And I also know Michael, he's a quiet fellow, but he when his back is hurting, he's told me before, he goes, when my back's hurting, I'm like a hurt dog and I want to go lay down in the corner and heal up so I don't bite anybody. So I think he's just healing up his back. I mean, I sympathize with him a lot. I just went through a heck of a spell of sciatica, and I really had to lean into making sure I'm eating more fat and omega-3s and working out and really working with the chiropractor, and finally got that release. But man, I didn't sleep for like 3 months there. And so I feel for Michael. I think it's really hard to want to be on camera when you're in pain like that. So yeah, I think he's just healing up. Osteoporosis prevention is another motivator for sure. For sure. And that's something, that's one of the dangers of those GLP-1 drugs too. Let's see. I love not having to put thought into what I make for dinner, and knowing that I'm eating healthy food. Absolutely, Sandra. 100%. Oh, and that's a kind of an NSB for me recently is one, I can't hardly see this chat tonight because my eyes have healed again. And so for the third time now on Carnivore, I'm going to have to go get another set of glasses because my eyes have healed again and this prescription is off again. It's crazy how much healing my eyes have had. Reversing insulin resistance to be healthier as I age, 100%. And I think that is the foundation of most of our diseases, insulin resistance, especially weight loss or weight issues. They gave me 5 years in 2015. Guess what? I'm still here and still stable. My congestive heart never got back to perfect, but ejection fraction, know that all too well. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, it's awesome work, John. You're doing fantastic. Let's see, I've only been carnivore for approximately 4 months. I've had some setbacks on the way, I feel, but I've had so many good things, not much weight loss, but I'm working on figuring that out. Oh. There we go. Sorry, 1 second. Nope. I hope I put in the chat if you guys can hear me out there. Somebody's saying my microphone's not working. I hope it is. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let me know in the chat out there if my microphone, if you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Let's see. I've only been carnivore. Let's see. I went through this. So we good thing we lost. Yeah, absolutely, Ellen. I think we've all, there's a lot of healing that goes on in carnivore that'll cause some weight stalls for sure. But there's usually, when healing's happening, there's also composition changes happening, and a lot of beneficial things. And it's weird. I don't have. I go through different seasons on carnivore, and I'm almost never healing while losing weight. I always have to go through a stall and heal, and then I have like a season of weight loss and slimming down. So let's see. Carnivore stopped my toothache. I used to ache every day, even though nothing was wrong with them. That's strange. Rinse mouth with salt water. Clove oil for toothaches. Need a good suggestion for dehydrator. Okay. Let's see. When I use mine, my newer one, I'll let you know if that's a good one. I'm planning on starting using it next week. I'm in a carnivore group. That's awesome. What carnivore group are you in, Sandra? I'd love to know. Hello from Tampa, Georgia. Ejection fraction, I know that. Yeah, for sure. I was stalled out for over a month. Just lost 9 pounds in the last week finally. Trust the process. 100%. And that's how it works. It's like we don't know what our body's working on when it's stalled out like that, but it's generally healing, working on something in the background, and then all of a sudden it'll just release all the weight. Let's see. I just spent a whole hour in the kitchen making my nephew's food. Their mom was taking a college test, and I'm tired. All of a sudden, oh boy, you better get a nap in or some good fat in. Good evening, Todd. How's your back doing? Joy, my back is wonderful now. It's fantastic. In fact, it was, well, my back is a good example too of some healing. I don't know how much of it was necessarily, I don't know how much of it was necessarily just composition change that might have been doing it. I think what really happened was the oxalate dump that I went through, which oxalate dumping in itself, although should be taken a little bit more seriously to mitigate the pain and stress, but it is a healing process, in my opinion. Anyways, you're detoxing anyways. And that oxalate dump went from my kidney stones to my knee, to my right hand, and then to my left hip. And when it hit my left hip, it turned into sciatica. And that I put up with for about 3 months, and I didn't sleep for a long time. And then I finally started working on it and curbing the oxalate dumping. And now it's finally gone. But as an added bonus, my posture's a lot better. I think I grew an inch too, but my posture's way better. I notice now I sit with my hips forward, my shoulders back way more than so hunched over. In fact, if you look at most all my videos when I'm in SBG calls or a lot of videos where I'm not speaking, you'll see me with my shoulders slumped over and my head down working on the keyboard or, taking messages and stuff. And that was my natural position, was to be slumped over like that. And I noticed this last couple of weeks after doing these exercises for my back and my physical therapy. Okay. That, hold on. Alyssa says my microphone is not on. Oh, she's 100. Oh my gosh, it's going to be one of those nights. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. I don't know what's going on. I think you. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat now. I think my microphone's working, but it's been seriously muted now. No sound. Okay. How about now? Good now. Thank you. I don't know what's going on. I keep unmuting it and it keeps muting itself. I have a gremlin in StreamYard. All right. Let's see where I left off at. All right. I originally started Carnivore to see if it would help get rid of my acid reflux, and it did within 2 days of starting it. That's awesome, Sandra. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the feedback. So this is why I need sidekicks. I don't even know when I'm having audio problems. Let's see. I'm also gaining conviction that carnivore is the proper human diet. It takes time after all. Previous brainwashing by the mainstream. Yeah, for sure. It does. It does. But man, when you get free from that, that's a huge NSV on its own. All right. I live by myself. If I start tomorrow, I should throw all the non-carnivore stuff out tonight. Question: how did you do it? So that is how I did it. But I used to say, when people ask me how to start carnivore, I'd say, yeah, dump it all out, start cold turkey. But then I've watched a lot of people have problems with that. And to be fair, I started thinking back and I didn't really do that. I mean, I did, but I didn't. What I mean by that was that I went keto for 2.5 years first. And so somebody that hasn't already gone keto, that's the equivalent of breaking into carnivore slowly, basically. And so when I finally decided that keto wasn't working for me, I basically went cold turkey on carnivore within like 5 days, anyways. But yeah, a lot of people are finding that they break into it a little bit easier and they can mitigate some oxalate dumping and some keto flu type symptoms if they slowly taper into carnivore. But it's really depends on you, I think. I definitely wouldn't have things, if I don't know, I've never really had this conversation, but I guess if I was to do it over and I was coming straight from the standard American diet, I'd get rid of everything sweet for sure. But I would probably keep things like dairy, seasonings, as long as they weren't sugar seasonings, but I'd probably keep all the seasonings, cheese, and then, even coffee or whatever. And, iced tea or whatever, as long as it wasn't sweetened. And I might even, I don't know. I think you should get rid of the artificial sweeteners right away to try to kill that noise as quick as possible. But you might still use some of the things that make meat more palatable for you as long as it doesn't have sugar in it. And then get through the cravings and then try to taper off of the seasonings and sauces and things as quick as possible, within like a week or 2. And then start working on your coffee and things if you feel the need that you need to get off them, or if you don't, whatever. But yeah, so that's how I think I would definitely get rid of all the sugar though, and especially the things that are keeping you addicted to food. I'd get rid of those, and I would just try to keep things that are clean but help keep your meat more palatable. So I heard Todd, but he sounds tiny on my phone. That's funny. I think I was sounding very tinny because I think I was going off my camera all of a sudden. Let's see. You stay off the carbs and you lose weight. Lost 75 pounds in 8 months without fasting. Just close to zero carbs. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm down over 300 pounds now. And it's a life changer. Yeah, I think it was oxalates. I lived with sciatica for 7 years. Didn't know about oxalates till carnivore, no pain now. Yeah, inflammation for sure will definitely cause that. And catching up to the part where I lost sound. So going through these. Let's see. When I lost 40 pounds, my back was killing me. Ira said, "You're walking like you're still carrying it straightened up." Yeah, it's funny, right? And that's like I went through multiple like composition changes with my frame and the way that I carried it. I went through several of those, but I think this last one was dealing with the sciatica because the doctor said, the small your back's supposed to curve in, and mine didn't. It was blowing out in the small of my back. So it was quite the correction, and my neck doesn't have the curve in it. I'm supposed to have more of a curve in my neck, and so you guys would laugh if you see me using my medieval traction device. It goes behind your neck and under your chin, and then you're supposed to hang down on it. And I don't know. If I don't make it to a Sunday live one day, come check me in the gym because I'm probably stuck in my traction device because that thing's a little bit sketchy because it's so weird because you put your head in it and then you have to start like buckling your knees to put weight on it, and as you do, it pushes really hard on your chin and your jaw, and that puts pressure on the back of your neck, and then it starts to pop it. But while you're doing it, your natural instinct is to kind of pucker up, like it does not feel good. But somehow you're supposed to get loose and kind of keep your head wobbling and try to stay like limp, having have just a little bit of strength in your knees because you don't just want your knees to drop out from you. And then go down, just start to lower slowly until your neck starts to crack and it starts to pull it back. And you can do it, but man, I don't know. You're supposed to do it like 10 good times, and I usually only get pops 2 or 3 times, and then usually it gives me a heck of a headache, and I feel lightheaded. So I don't know. I'm not having a great luck with my neck because I think it's going to take a little bit more time. Plus, I just have a lot more tense muscle in my traps and in my back up there. But my lower spine, though, that's what's really cool is that I got it bending in the right direction now, and that's making me sit with my hips forward and my shoulders back. My posture's better. Let's see. What's this guy's name? My name is Todd at the Carnivore Cure, if that's what you're asking. Thank you, John. I will clean out the refrigerator tonight. Garbage comes early in the morning. That's awesome. I'm glad you made a choice, though. And Dakota, I get paid nothing for saying this, but I'm an admin at the Steak and Butter Gang. And if I was starting Carnivore today, I would join the Steak and Butter Gang. I wasted kind of the first 9 months struggling on my own, and I wish I would have just been in the Steak and Butter Gang the whole time. It would have helped tremendously. It's $30 a month. It's not free, but it's it's the best $30 that ever paid me back a month for sure. Let's all take guesses as to what it is saying. Thanks, Kevin. You guys should have just put comments in there and just not let me know. That would have been hilarious. Thanks, John. Okay. Let's see. I started working as soon as you moved the microphone. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's something with this USB, and I can't tell. I think it's actually in the microphone head, which really makes me mad because this is one of those Samsung high-dollar microphones that I bought. And it's been a big, giant piece of crap since I bought it, and it's time to just get a new one. And I keep saying that, but then I forget. But I really do. And the funny thing is, in my backpack over here, I have a little cheapy $50 microphone that I probably should plug in, and it would work 5 times better than this expensive paperweight that I keep fighting with. When it's on, the sound is good, but man, the connections are just so terrible inside the back of the microphone. I feel like trying to break it down and see if I can fix it, but it's so stupid. All right. Hey, Karen, thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in. There's Tim. Looks like Todd sounds like Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. I need a sidekick, Tim, for sure. Let's see. Eat meat, feed the rest of the ducks. Hey, Rick, it's good to see you. Everybody go check out Charger Romo Park. Rick's awesome. Rick, I heard a rumor that you're going to come down and hang out with us at Hack Your Health this year. That's awesome. How much weight have you lost in the past month? In the past month, I've lost like 13 pounds. Let's see here. Question, how much weight have you lost in? I think we just, no, I must ask twice, about 13 pounds so far. Appreciate it, Tim. Question, haven't joined the Sunday chats for a while since the weather is better. And yeah, exactly, enjoying getting out. So what sort of progress have you had, Todd? Yeah, the biggest progress is healing my back, and then the workouts that I've been doing in the gym and the physical therapy that I've been doing with my back. When I'm down about 13 pounds, but I've got rid of my sciatica, which is the biggest portion. That was a problem. For anybody that doesn't know, about 5 months ago, yeah, I'd say right around 5 months ago, I passed 3 kidney stones that were due to oxalate dumping, and that kind of spiraled into a long. Well, I didn't realize it at the time, but it was oxalate dumping. That spiraled into about a 3-month oxalate dump that spread from 3 kidney stones over 10 days to my left knee swelling up and I couldn't walk on it. Then it went to my right hand and into this joint, and then it went to my left hip. And when it went to my left hip, it caused sciatica somehow. I don't know why, but the sciatica didn't go away. So I've been seeing a chiropractor for over a month now. And this, from the beginning of the kidney stones till now, it's been about 5 months, and it took me just in the last 2 weeks to finally get the sciatica pain under control. So I'm finally sleeping again. So I stalled out worse than stalling out. I was in pain. I was in fight or flight. I wasn't sleeping for a good 3 out of those 5 months. I didn't sleep at all. And then I started getting muscle atrophy. That nerve was so pinched, my sciatic nerve was so pinched in my left leg, I started getting muscle atrophy and getting really weak in my left leg. And what was crazy was I had no idea how much that nerve pain was actually kind of plaguing me with, like, just not feeling good, not having an appetite, I just had no energy. Like, it was crazy. And I couldn't tell what was going on. I knew I was in pain. I knew I wasn't sleeping. But I really think it's from just being in fight or flight when you're in pain, because I could not believe how much that was negatively affecting my health overall, just being in that pain all the time. Because when it finally went away, and it kind of went away suddenly, I've been doing physical therapy and going to the chiropractor 2 to 3 times a week, and he's been adjusting everything. And then I came home, and during one of my physical therapy, because he has me do physical therapy out here in my gym twice a week. And I bought this back roller because I just felt like I wanted to put some pressure on my back. And because he had found the spot just under my shoulder blades in the center of my back, and that seemed to be where a herniated disc was or something that was causing it. But I couldn't really tell. But anyways, I rolled on this back roller, this foam roller, and I felt something pop back in. And when it did, the pain like immediately went away. And when that pain went away, for the first time in 5 months, I had energy that came back, and I felt like, like the sun had broke through the clouds or something. Like I just felt better, felt lighter, felt like my mood, like I had energy and just kind of a good outlook and kind of hope again. And it just happened that fast. Like something weird really happens, and it's like short circuits your brain or something when you have a nerve that's really pinched. It was pretty substantial when that nerve, when whatever popped in my back and that herniated disc stopped pinching my sciatic nerve. It changed everything in an instant. Now I'm finally, and as soon as that happened, even before that, Coach Alyssa with SBG was helping me do a higher fat to protein ratio diet, and that for healing, using the fat for healing. And because I'd had a blood test and my C-reactive protein out of nowhere was high. Everything else was good except for my testosterone was low again and my C-reactive protein was high from inflammation. And it was from that oxalate dump and that back thing. So, but between doing that and getting doing the high fat and getting that off, I've lost like 13 pounds. And I really haven't checked since 13 pounds. I might be a little bit more down, but I really only like to weigh about once a month. Last I checked was a couple weeks ago. It was 13 pounds. So it got me out of my winter stall, and now I'm feeling good again. Let's see. Don't just jump in. I had bad oxalate dumping. Not fun. Yeah, it's oxalate dumping is for real. It takes way too long to answer. Well, sorry, but I'm answering everybody's questions. So, what is keto didn't work for her? Well, yeah, keto didn't work for me. Carnivore is healing in ways I never thought possible. Yeah, 100%. Carnivore is a game changer. I just got done with a bad episode of oxalate dumping and did Todd's thing with drinking tea, instant relief. Yeah, 100%. That was a trick that Coach Alyssa showed me, and it definitely works. Oxalate dumping is not weak. That's a fact, Tim. Oxalate dumping is for real. Question, I was watching your video earlier with SBG. You said you like your steak with sour cream and horseradish. I tried to make it, but it was a little watery. How do you make it? Oh, that's weird that it was watery. So were you getting the prepared horseradish? So I think it's like my favorite brand is Boar's Head, I think it is. I haven't bought it. Like I really only do it at Christmas time, but you get prepared horseradish, which is basically horseradish that's like creamed and fermented in vinegar, right? And so I mix it 1-to-1. So like I do 50% horseradish, 50% full fat sour cream, and I just mix it up and it's real thick. So it's definitely not runny. So I think you must have taken regular horseradish and like grated it up or something. If you do that, I'd imagine that would be. But if you get the prepared stuff, the cream prepared horseradish, it's pretty good. And yeah, it stays pretty thick. But yeah, I love a creamy horseradish sauce on prime rib. It's delicious, especially smoked prime rib. Holy cow, that's a game changer. I went keto after being diagnosed with diabetes, went carnivore after being diagnosed with colon cancer. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Hercules, it's so awesome that worked so well for you. 300 pounds is amazing. Keep it up, man. Thanks. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, I got lots of room, lots of work to do still. But this is the longest, most sustainable, freeing diet I've ever been, for sure. Like there's no struggle with it. It's fantastic. My eldest nephew are somewhat aware I only eat meat. They're confused by it, but I love when I cook. Absolutely. For sure. Vibration plate helps me to stand up straighter. Yep, mine too, Tim. Yeah, and I sometimes I wonder if it's the vibration plate and the rebounding that made my body want to straighten up, like makes your posture better, because you start shaking things up, you start working muscles and core muscles. Those core muscles start to, strengthen your body, and I think it pulls things, naturally wanting to be straighter. One ballet class have you standing straight. Yeah, it might have me standing straight until my brothers get hold of me. Please don't tell vegans, but I'm getting ready to devour 20 ounce ribeye. Good job. Yeah, I've been poking fun at the vegans in my my Instagram posts, and they've been coming after me. It's pretty funny. Chronic condition means incurable. That is a great question. Put that in the chat, guys? Do you consider a chronic condition incurable? Love to know the answer on that. Rick. Duck and Iguana Gang is free. The Duck and Iguana Gang is free. That's awesome. No worries, they don't tend to join in this group. No, vegans don't hang out here too much. I had a CT scan of my abdomen, mainly to check my gallbladder and pancreas, and found out I have spinal stenosis. Yeah, L1 and through L4. I knew my lower back hurt, but didn't expect it. Well, the good news is that that's fairly curable, because that's what they said too. Like, I don't know, you're supposed to have like 45 degrees of bend in your neck or something. I don't remember the numbers, but I had like 24 degrees or something bend, and I needed like 40 or 45 degrees, and so my neck was like, I don't know, 15 or 19 degrees out of alignment, and also off to the left. It was it right? I don't know. And then my lower back, I had spinal stenosis completely going the wrong way and kicked out to the left side, and so that's what they've been working on straightening. But it is working, and I feel better, and I'm like, now that I sit with my hips forward and my shoulders back, which was before, everybody said you need to put your shoulders back. But when I was doing this physical therapy, that was not a natural position for me to be in at all. It was not restful. It was not good. But after doing physical therapy about, I don't know, I guess about 60 sessions, which is only 30 days because it's 2 sessions a day, and then they go hit me with the tools 2 to 3 times a week. But by doing that, things got a whole lot better, and everything pretty much straightened up. And now it feels awkward to slump. To slump now feels like it used to feel to try to put my shoulders back and my hips forward. Now I'm more naturally doing that. And in that position, I can tell you that everything feels stronger. You're more balanced. Everything feels stronger. It's something I've been definitely missing for sure. I think I'm addicted to big ribeye steaks. You and me both. I mean, that is one thing that I found was when going through the winter, I just kind of got complacent, and I was eating too many lean steaks. I was having ribeyes where I really wasn't eating all the fat, and I wasn't adding fat to it, and I was eating New York strips. And when you do that, your fat percentage is way low, and so that really, I was just eating more steak, because when your fat percentage is low, you eat more. So when I did a 1.5 to 1 fat to protein ratio, now I have a hard time even eating half as much steak as I was before. It's like really hard to choke it down now because the fat's so high. Listened to you the other night. I didn't prime long enough. I've been carnivore for about 5 months. I went back and started priming again yesterday. I feel a whole lot better. That's awesome, Roxanne. It's a game changer. We just have to understand that carnivore is not a weight loss diet. It's not a weight gaining diet. It is a weight optimizing diet. And I don't know why my brain's not working today. I've been having this problem. I think I get dehydrated at night or something. But it's a weight optimization diet. And when you heal and you heal your hormones, your body takes the wheel, and it's going to do whatever is healthiest, whatever it feels that you need at the time. And a lot of that healing comes first. And if you want to speed that healing up, you've got to give it the building blocks and the nourishment and the rest that it needs to heal. And then once it's healed up, it'll start dropping the weight, and you'll start leaning out and getting, even more energy in those things. But it takes a little bit of time for sure to heal first. It prioritizes that first. Excalibur Food Hydrator is the one I have. Awesome. All right. Let's see here. Yes, I think I can make it hack your health. I hope I can meet you. That'd be awesome, Rick, for sure. I'll be there for sure. Nice, Lisa. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Rick. I appreciate it. All right. If you put doors on your gym yet? Sort of. I'm working on it right now. So literally, I'm working on getting the roof fixed and the doors fixed. So we're not going through another snowy gym winter gym for sure. We are going to fix that problem this year. And if the stars align, we're going to have a infrared sauna for this winter too. Yeah, I have to try a new one for sure. Try a road. I will give it a shot. I'm going to look up some better ones. Hi, Todd. Just joined your channel and support your journey. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I had oxalate and kidney stones. Oof. Man, those are no fun. Kidney stones, I wouldn't wish those on my worst enemy. Man, those are tough. I use some really old mics myself. Man, I should probably get some old mics that work better than this new piece of garbage. Oops, wrong one. First revise. All right. I got, when you started Carnivore, were you worried about supplementing with vitamins and minerals? So, yeah, I mean, and this is why I say I would join a group, you know, and I like SBG is because when I first started Carnivore, I was buying, this was kind of leftover mentality from my keto days, but I had spent so much money on supplements. Like if I showed you my supplement, my supplement rack that is now just sitting there with like $1,200 worth of supplements on it, you would laugh at me because I was trying everything. But I mean, I was in a desperate spot. I was literally dying, you know, but I bought all the supplements. And I mean, ashwagandha and, you know, turmeric and cayenne pepper shots with olive oil and that manuka honey stuff. And I mean, I was just trying all of the crap on keto, and I had all these supplements. And then as I transitioned into carnivore, I was taking supplements, electrolytes, and, you know, D3 and K2 and all these things, and vitamin B supplements and vitamin B nutritional yeast and just all this stuff, gallbladder support and thyroid support and just all these different things. And I was going through them, and it was such a waste. I mean, if I would have joined SPG and talked to people and found out, I think when you first start, electrolytes are probably important for a lot of people for a short period of time. And if you're not getting sun, some K2 and some D3 and a few things like that, but I would have saved so much money just on supplements that I was buying back then that were just nonsense. Oh, wow, we got a super chat. I'm going to go ahead and hit this one. For your pinched nerve and sciatica, was there anything, stretching exercises aside from carnivore diet, that helped cure it? Absolutely, there was. What fat protein ratio did you use to cure it? If you added butter, how much per meal? So I don't do great on butter. It just doesn't agree with me. I don't do good with most any dairy. I find it a little bit inflammatory. Like, I don't mind the taste of it, but when I eat it in large quantities, which I need to for it to get enough fat, it just doesn't sit well with me. But what does sit well with me is tallow, but specifically egg yolks. So right now, I can tell you exactly what I've been eating on my fat to protein ratio for 1.5 to 1 fat to protein. So for every 10 grams of protein that I'm eating 15 grams of fat. Is how that's working out. And what that looks like is 1 can of cod livers every day, which I used to, let's see if I have some in here. They're on Amazon. This is hard to see because it's getting color rated, but it just, it's the yellow and blue can. I just said cod livers in their own oil, and I don't see the brand on here. This is a dumb, but anyways, I get them on Amazon, but it's 1 can of these. It's 400 grams of 8812 ground beef, and I use that because it's Costco's Kirkland brand or whatever, and it seems to be all right. And so I take, but that's cooked weight. So I take 500 grams pre-cooked, and I've gotten it down in 500 grams pre-cooked is 400 grams of cooked weight. And then I take 40 egg yolks. And so I break that up into 2 meals. And so 1 meal is basically can of cod livers with a half a pound of hamburger, which is basically 200 grams. It's just a little under a half a pound of hamburger. 8812, which is 200 grams of cooked weight of the ground beef, and 20 egg yolks. And I just mix that up. I chop up grind up the ground beef, chop it up like taco meat almost. And then I mix the 40 egg yolks in there and make like a hamburger and egg omelet. And I eat that with 1 can of cod livers. And then I do it again with 200 grams of cooked weight ground beef and 20 more egg yolks for dinner. And that's what I eat. And that gets me 200 grams of protein, 300 grams of fat every day, which is what I'm looking for. And yeah, I did a bunch of stretches. So maybe I can make a video on it. But one that Coach Alyssa actually showed me seemed to do the best right off the bat, which is basically you lay on your stomach and you let your torso and your hips relax and lay flat, and then you get up on your elbows, and then you start to kind of push up with your hands and arch your back backwards. That helped quite a bit. They have this little one where you sit on a wobble chair. If you don't know what that is, it's a wobble seat that sits you up a little bit and it wobbles side to side. And you get on that and you kind of push your hips to one side and your neck to the other, and you go back and forth. You do that a few times and you get on there and you push your hips forward and your chin up and your shoulders back, and you do that like 10 times. And then there's a traction device that you hang on, and then let's see, you put both your knees together and you put them to the far left, and you turn your shoulders to the far right, look over your right shoulder, and then you go back and do that. And then I like the roller exercises where you use the foam roller, you roll it on the small of your back. And then my sciatic hurt on my left side. I was getting pinched on the left side of my spine. So then you lay on the foam roller on your right side and you kind of relieve some of that pain in the back, and do a few of those things. And then I have like literally 10 more exercises that I downloaded offline that helps you strengthen the back and align the hips and open them up so that you just have better movement. And what I've noticed is that my legs got straighter. I've always was kind of bow-legged, and as I worked on this, my legs got straighter and my toes stick up straighter when I'm laying in bed at night, and just my posture is more square and straight. And so I watch that stuff get put together. Let's see, Carnivore. Did I miss anything? Yeah, and so that's basically, I'm doing a 1.5 to 1 fat to protein, but I'm striving to try to get to 2 to 1, but that's just, you just pay attention to how many grams of protein you're eating, and then you try to, do 1.5 times that with fat or higher. So that's all I'm focusing on. All right. Go back here and see where I left off. All right, I think I was here. Narcotics, and I'm seeing more slimness in your face. Oh, thank you so much. But really, maybe whatever it is. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, I mean, I just look forward to this. I'm basically, what am I? I'm about 2.5 years into this now. And, I would love to be ready to go get skin surgery, but I'm just not. I want to be way leaner when I go get skin surgery. And so it might take another year. But I don't really care because everything is healing up so good. And all my, when I went to the chiropractor and I got, he put me on a regimen for physical therapy and everything, he ordered a blood test. And the nurse took my blood test, and I think they were fairly shocked finding out that I was carnivore and I had low cholesterol. This was one of the signs that I needed to up my fat. My cholesterol was actually low, and that was after eating nothing but majority ribeyes for 2+ years. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And yeah, my cholesterol was low. Pretty funny. Question: SPG, do they start a priming protocol every month? I think that may be me missing. Yeah, absolutely. And you can start anytime. But yeah, every month they start a priming protocol. So beginning, end of this month, beginning of next month would be a perfect time to be in there. Definitely beginning of next month on the next kickoff, which is usually like the 3rd of every month is the priming kickoff. And what I love about SBG is that it's all Zoom video calls. And so you can ask questions, and they have a bunch of coaching resources. and playbacks that you can always go and see. And so it's just super handy. Yeah, so I'd definitely check it out. Tim says, Coach Alyssa for the win. Absolutely. All right. Take your time, dear. No worries. Pure horseradish has a bunch of crap ingredients. Pure horseradish is better in a cold case at the grocery store. Yeah, it does. That's why there's only been one. I forget what it is. It's. I don't remember if it's like an English ground one or if it's the Boar's Head one. One of them was fairly clean. Like it still had some natural, other natural ingredients crap in there, but it was the only one that I found that didn't have seed oils in it. And there was just one. It was mostly vinegar, horseradish, and it had some seasonings in it, but at least it wasn't, most of the horseradishes, the second ingredient in them is like soybean oil every time. And that's just the no-go for me. So, but as long as I can find one prepared horseradish, which I usually do at the health foods, at like a Whole Foods type store, then I'll use that one. And like I said, I only do it at Christmas time when I make smoked prime rib because it's addictive. And occasionally I'll do it at 4th of July too, because we do smoked prime rib there. But that Christmas, it's a gimme. I think chronic just means that it's ongoing and keeps going. I think so too. I just wonder. I guess the question is, can chronic illness be cured? I say if nothing else, by my faith system, I believe yes. I would say, ask me anything to categorize chronic conditions as incurable and makes them more money, right? American Medical Association. I get it now. It's like, damn me. Yeah, I get you. Do I believe that my type 2 diabetes, pulmonary hypertension are totally reversible? Me too, meanwhile. They have a vegan street party here in 2 weeks. Rick, you've got to go there and eat an iguana in front of them, Rick. I've got to see you eat iguana in front of the vegan street party. Oh, that would be so funny. Rick, you got to do a live stream from the vegan street party eating iguana in front of them. I want to see some triggered vegans, Rick. Oh, that's awesome. No chronic conditions are curable. It's the body or deficiency. Fill in the deficiency. I got you. No chronic conditions are curable. I find myself getting irritated watching videos. It says carnivore recipes, and I'm more keto, not clean keto. Is it for? Oh, I got you. Yeah. Is it for views? I think what it is. Yeah, vegetables and keto chow syrups. I think what it is, I mean, let's face it, without certain things, there's only so many pure carnivore dishes you can possibly make, right? And also, the definition of carnivore is 70% animal based, right? I mean, that's actually what most people call the definition of carnivore. I would call that dirty carnivore. But also, I don't like to be super dogmatic about it either because, like I have pickled jalapenos and I'll have Tabasco sauce too. But for me, what it is that I did carnivore long enough and clean enough and did even lion diet where I got rid of everything that causes me any problems. And then basically I know what I feel like when I'm eating a diet that makes me feel as optimal as I can feel. And then I can add things in one at a time because it's an animal-based elimination diet, basically. And so I can add things in one at a time and I can see, if any of these things give me problems. And what I found out is that apple cider vinegar is a benefit to me. It gives me more energy. It helps me emulsify and digest fats better, and it turns it into energy for me a lot quicker. I don't know why, but that's something that's always been there on carnivore. And then going down that road, I found out that if I have tamed pickled jalapenos, that I have no bad reaction to them whatsoever. And I think it's because the pickling process seems to neutralize and get rid of the oxalates, I guess. Because on the flip side of that, right, if I have any black pepper, I'm just an inflamed wreck. And if I eat, like when I was in Texas for Hack Your Health, I had a lettuce wrap burger, which was just the burger patties and wrapped in lettuce. And it was at In-N-Out where everybody said, that nobody has any problems with that. So maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. But when I had that lettuce wrap burger, I was driving in a rental car and I didn't want to get the steering wheel greasy, so I thought, I'll just eat the lettuce. It can't hurt me that bad. My knee swelled up and I limped around for the rest of my trip in Texas. So I was not tickled about that, and I believe it was the lettuce, unless it was something else. But I've had, burger patties at like Wendy's and McDonald's before and not had any problem with them. So I feel like it was the lettuce or pesticides on the lettuce or something. But I don't have that problem with pickled jalapenos. So to me, they're a condiment that keeps me carnivore. Do not have an air fryer. What brand to avoid? What is recommended? I like the Ninja Indoor 6-in-1 XL grill, I think it's called. That's my favorite air fryer for doing steaks on. And then, but it's like a grill air fryer. I think the basket ones, I think people really like the Tasties. I ate a boatload of protein without proper fat. I need 2-to-1 fat to protein. Yeah. Keep out of gluconeogenesis for sure, Tim. And it's easy to fall into that lean protein trap. I know chronic conditions are curable, but I think Big Pharma would love most people to believe chronic equals incurable. Yeah, I mean, that's the question, right? And I mean, by definition, if you call it chronic, does that mean that it really is incurable? And I mean, if we cure it, like congestive heart failure, my cardiologist said it was never going to heal, but it did. So does that mean it's not chronic and it is acute? Does it mean that some cases are not chronic? Or does it mean that it's chronic as long as I'm on the standard American diet, but not chronic if I'm on carnivore? I don't know. Do you prime in order to prepare for fasting? If you prime and do not fast, is it common to gain weight? Intermittent fasting seems easy, but long fasts seem painful. Is long fast required? So you don't have to fast at all. Number one, I fast a fair amount because of the healing. The weight does come off, but it's the healing to me that's most important because lymphatic issues and lymphedema is really kind of a tough nut to crack as far as healing it. And I use autophagy through long fasting in order to do that. However, priming is to get your body healed and nourished so that you're not missing any building blocks and any important things you need for your hormones and your body signaling. And you don't have to fast at all to lose weight. When I primed, I ended up priming for 6.5 months. And I gained 21 pounds and I lost 3 shirt sizes during that time. And then when I started fasting, the weight came off really quickly. But the purpose of priming is to get nourished and to raise your metabolism, and then and also heal your signaling hormones and heal like your leptin sensitivity. And then if you don't want to fast, that's completely fine because your body's gonna regulate what you're eating and how much you need. And so if you were maybe eating more than you needed before, your body's going to, regulate that, and it's going to start burning more because your metabolism's higher, and it's going to tell you, your leptin sensitivity is going to kick in, and as long as you're having a decent amount of fat with your food and keeping your hormones healthy and everything, your body's going to self-regulate, and you're going to lose weight anyways. But fasting just helps speed it up the process a little bit, and definitely the healing process. But there are many, 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 many people that have amazing transformations and amazing health that don't do any of the fasting and only do the priming. I know you do, Tim. You can remind me next year when I don't have snow in there what I'm missing. Me too. Supplement like crazy. Not any longer. Absolutely. It's like it's in our food and it's much more bioavailable and our body uses it better. You know, uh, it's crazy. Our body uses it better and it's just not. I just am not convinced that. Right now I'm taking. I just so that everybody knows I am taking some supplements. I believe in amino acids because they helped. So I take amino acid supplements, and I take vitamin D3 supplement because I don't get enough sun in the winter in Montana. And I'm taking iodine for the most part. I take some other things, not even really because. Well, I started taking B12 because my last blood test showed that I was a little bit low on B12 because I don't eat any liver. But other than that, yeah, that's really. I take some creatine just because I have it here. I'm probably not going to buy any more once it's gone, but I'm really just using up this shelf of stuff, and I can't tell that it's really just not good for making expensive pee. I think the amino acids absolutely help. The iodine absolutely helps, and I think the D3 absolutely helps. But other stuff, I don't know. I mean, and the only reason why I'm taking those is because those are things that my blood test actually showed me that I was low on. And I'm going to concentrate on trying to get those from the sun and from liver more too, so that I don't even have to use those. Because one of the grandmasters of the carnivore diet in general of ducks, of the duck brigade, for sure. That's funny. For sure. Let's see. All right. I'm going to try to catch up in the chat here. Got a little bit behind. Yeah, there we go. Never underestimate the body's ability to fix itself when given what it needs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree with that. There we go. Get Silver Springs prepared horseradish from EAU Clare, Wisconsin. Okay, I got you. It's in the refrigerated section at Walmart at least. And it's just horseradish, water, vinegar, salt, natural flavors. Yeah, that's kind of the label that I have on one that I use. I can't remember what it is now. But I thought it was boar's head or English something. But it's the other natural flavors that probably have some crap in it, but at least it's not seed oil based, and that's what is most important to me. Let's see. It's better to be well seasoned carnivore than a daily or a dirty carnivore. Yeah, for sure. Leave that stuff in the garden for sure. Never underestimate the market. Just did that one. Let's see. How many eggs you eat daily and what kind? I like the Wilcox brand at Costco, and I eat 40 yolks. I don't eat the whites, but I eat 40 yolks a day to get the fat in it to help with promoting healthy testosterone. Hey, Thomas, it's good to see you. You're going to work here pretty soon, aren't you? Wow, that's awesome, Thomas. Thomas's sugar is down to 71. That is incredible. Great work, Thomas. All right. All right, I think I made it to the bottom of the chat. Well, I think since my microphone is still being a piece of crap, it sounds like. Let me go. Yeah, it is. I haven't had a microphone this whole time. That's so annoying. Yeah, something's wrong with my microphone. So I think that being said, I'm going to cut this loose and I'm going to try to fix my microphone. But I will see you guys next week. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Sorry about the audio problems. I don't know why my microphone decided to die because I did calls all day and it didn't die, but that figures. So you guys have a good day and we appreciate you. Love you all. We'll see you guys next time.